Okay, I'm back. Today I'd like to go on our series on Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be Glasgow Smile. The version is 1.1. I'll add the link into the description section below so that you can download it. Before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and also leave a like below. I do appreciate your help and support. So now, this is very important for me. So now, without further ado, let's just get started. To save time, I have already imported the virtual machine into the VMware workstation. So now we can go into the Linux. As you can see over here, I have already identified the IP address of the virtual machine as 191. And then I did the nmap scanning. I did the scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and also the comprehensive scan or full-range port scan. In some case, this option is very important. Otherwise, you will not detect some not common port or standard port which for some specific surface. Anyway, as you can see from the nmap scanning results, the two open port, the first one is 22, which is running SSH surface, and also the actual version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. And then second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the actual version information, which is Apache 2. So now what can we do? We need to do some enumeration for the 80 port, both manually and by using the automation tool like Lateral and GoBuster. Okay, so now let's fire up our browser and put the IP address of the target. Yeah, there's the image, the Glasgow Smile. But of course, this image we can download it onto the Linux, and then we can use like stack hide, stack seek, some sort of the image analysis tool to see whether we can find some hidden message from this image. But I can tell you, we cannot find anything. Okay, so to save time, I will not do that now or again. Okay, so now we need to check whether this site has robots file, right? And not found. And then we need to use the Lateral. Yeah, Lateral is always my first tool during the stage of the web application enumeration. And the second one is GoBuster. Yeah, GoBuster is very powerful for directory enumeration. But Lateral is not just to scan the directories or files. Also, in some case, will give us some vulnerability for this web application. But anyway, here we cannot get any useful information from the Lateral. Then I need to use the GoBuster, and the command is dir, stands for directory enumeration. And the word list I'm going to use is GoBuster. This is my first word list to scan the directory. Okay, and also specify the extension options. Okay, so we just wait for this to be okay. I think we have already got the directory, which is Joomla. Joomla is some sort of the CMS or content management system. And we can also another file, how to text file. Maybe this will give us some hint. about this target, right? So we need to, but nothing here. Hi Rob, maybe Rob is one user. Anyway, we can keep this into our mind as we move along. Okay, also we can check the source code, but nothing there. And then we need to check the Joomla directory. As I mentioned, Joomla is the one kind of CMS like WordPress. I think now I can cancel the process of directory enumeration and now go back to our browser, because I configure this virtual machine as host only. So okay, now it's loaded. And the first thing for the Joomla, we can check whether this login form allows or has the weak credentials vulnerability like Joomla, and the password is also Joomla login, but not correct. And also here we can try some login bypass techniques, for example like this one, but we will not make success at this point. So what can we do? Maybe we also can use this SQL map to look for the SQL injection vulnerability. But to save time, I will not do that here. So what can we do next? Maybe we can crack the password for this user. You know, the username maybe is Joomla. This is the default username for the management. But we need to crack the password. So how to crack the password? Now I think now the burp suite can come into play. Okay, and we can set the Foxy to burp port number, which is 8080, and then we need to launch our burp suite. Next. And proxy. But before we do that, we need to set up maybe we can set the proxy turn off. For a moment, we need to create our own dictionary for the password cracking. The tool I'd like to use is Q, and the URL and the output to the password dict. Okay, and we can check the result. Yeah, but nothing here. Oh, sorry, we need to access not root directory. It should be Joomla. Okay, and now we can check again. Yeah, the 165 words in total inside this custom dictionary. Okay, and now we can go back to our browser and set the proxy to burp suite again. And then we need to trigger the request. The username is Joomla. And the password, we can put any password. And we got we have already intercept the request, and this request can be sent to intruder module, and then we can clear all existing field and then add. We just want to crack the password, and the payload, we need to set the payload, and we need to load the file. We just create it. Yeah, this one, and start crack. And it will take a bit long time, and to save time, I'd like to pause the video. Oh, sorry. Maybe I just can let the video record. It will not take so much time, because the length of this dictionary is only about 165. As you see, I use the community version of the Burp Suite, so the speed for the intruder module is not so quick. Anyway, this is for the CTF, which is not a real engagement, so we can use the Burp Suite community version. Yeah, I think most part of this cracking is done. At the same time, I also like to tell you, when I did this virtual machine, the first time, I tried the Metasploit, some module, some remote code execution exploit, but I failed to get it working. If you want to try yourself, you can do it, no problem. Yeah, but here I will not do it again. Sorry about that. This box or this virtual machine will take a bit long time. I think now the speed is going down. I think this is caused by the version, the community version, which is not a professional one. If you can afford the Burp Suite professional version, I think it will be the better option. But for me, I don't want to spend this investment on that. It's almost done. Yeah, password cracking is always time consuming, as we know. Okay, it's done, finished, and then how to differentiate the different response with the different payloads. We can use the lens. Yeah, as you can see, this line is a bit different from others, so we can know the password should be this one. We can make a copy, and we can make a note on our notebook. Okay, and then I think we can close up the Burp Suite because we don't want this anymore. And now we can set the Burp Suite to be turned off, and then we can go back in the login Joomla, and the password is okay. Maybe we can make a copy. Okay, successfully login as Joomla. So now I think, as we know, the Joomla, the management directory is administrator, right? Of course, if you don't if you don't know this information, you can make directory enumeration under this Joomla directory. Okay, but I will not do that. Administrator, I mistype, administrator. Okay, and the password is Joomla, and the username, sorry, and the login. So I think the aim or the goal of the next step is to get the reverse shell, right? So how to do? We can navigate to the templates section, and we can modify the error PHP code by our own reverse shell PHP code, and we can copy from my toolsets directory, and we need to do modification or change the IP address to the Kali Linux, and the port number. For me, I'd like to change to 555. Fine. And now let's write and quit. We can cut the content of this file. We can copy the whole part of this. Oh, sorry. The PHP reverse shell. Not. I think I need to do it again. Make a copy. And we can put into the error. Okay, I think I have already done it without issue, and we can save. So the template is biz z3, and now we can run the sudo netcat. The port number is 555. But where is the error PHP file located? As we know, this should be here. If you follow along my videos series, you can. Oh no, the first level is Joomla and the templates, and then is this one. And error PHP. As you can see, we got the reverse shell, which connected from the target or the virtual machine. We can cut the Python. Python 2 is there, and we can import pty spawn. And we can navigate to home directory to do some very basic local enumeration. We can go to the Abla. Yeah, this is the second user flag. So I think we need to get the first. Yeah, this is the first user flag. It means that we need to get into the or switch our shell to the lob user, but we didn't get the password yet. And also we can check the kernel information, which is a bit updated, no big vulnerability. And then we can go to, you can do other local enumeration, but to save time, I just go directly to the location where we can make lateral movement. Okay, go to the www directory, and here is Joomla 2, and here has configuration file. Inside this file there will be some passwords, right? Yeah, this one. So we can make a note on our pad in case we need it. Okay. So now I think we can log in to the database, and the username is Joomla, and the password We have already got from the configuration. Oh, sorry, I mistyped the username. Joomla. This time should be fine. Yeah, and show database. And I think, of course, we need to enumerate the information of this database, but to save time, we cannot get some useful information from this database at all. To save time, I just use or go into this database directory. Okay, and show tables, and we can select from equipment, but no data, and select from task force, and there's some name and also the password, and this is the, I think, encoded in the base 64. And you know, for the user, as we know, have already know, this user is not a system user, right? And for here, we can make a copy. So we just make a copy of this password, but we need to decode, right? And this, we have already got the password, and we can log in. Yes, accept. We can make a copy. Yeah, this is, we need to make a whole copy. As you can see, we have already logged in to the virtual machine via SSH. We got the first flag here. Okay, and we get the ABLA. Yeah, I think we got the first message, but apparently this message is encoded again. It looks like this message is encoded by IoT, some sort of the transposition algorithm, and we can make a copy of this message and use the cyberchef to decode this message. Paste in here, and IoT, and the IoT 13. But I think because here the default amount is 13. If we use the amount, I think this is the means the rotation of the amount of the rotation. But if we set the amount as 13, the result is also meaningless. It means that maybe the amount is invalid. So I think we need to get the amount value first, and then use the LT13 to decode this message. But how to do it? We can use another brute force. As you can see, this module will try different amount of value, like 1, 2, 3. And from here, I think just when the amount equals 1, the result has some meaning, right? So it means that the amount we should set to the 1, not others. So we can go back to the original module. Here, we need to set it to 1. As you can see, we have already got the decoded message, but we can make copy. I think this message is encoded again. We can open up another tab and echo. Okay, I think here we got the second password. We can make here, and also for the this one, this is for the lob. right? And I think this one is for up and right. And now we can switch to Abna, and the password should be this one. Okay, we switch or make lateral movement to another user, and we can get the second flag, and we can get the import txt, but nothing. I cannot get the meaning of this message anyway, but if we cat the bash history, I think from this history we can know there is one file. We need to locate this file first. We can use the command of sorry about the notification, lim, and paste in here. And the type is a file rather than directory, and redirect all error. Yeah, we got this one. We can navigate to temp directory. We can copy this file to our working directory. Okay. And then we can download. We can run, and we can download this file to our Kali Linux, right? We can use the wget. Okay, and then we can use the zip to jump to convert this file or generate the hash value. And then we can use the John the Ripper to crack this hash or encrypted password. But I can tell you, you will fail, and you will not crack the password. But wait a moment, maybe this zip file is encrypted by the same password as user. So we can unzip. Maybe we can use this password. No, not undo. Oh, yeah, okay. Redo, and we can make a copy. Yeah, we crack the password, unzip this file. And here again, we got the password for another user. So I think for this user, and we can make a copy. I can switch. I can't remember the username and the password here. As you can see, we have already make second lateral movement, and then we can get the I think we have already get the second user flag already, and now we need to upload the PSPY file to analyze the processes on the target. The two is PSPY, and we need to upload this two onto the Kali Linux. Sorry, not Kali Linux. Need to go onto the target. And we can set up the web server by Python, and we can use the wget. Maybe we can navigate to the temp directory, because this directory we have all permissions, and we do not need to check the permission. And then we can use the wget. PSPY 64. You know, this tool is very useful when we want to analyze the processes. Even we don't have the privilege of root As you know, now we are just normal user, penguin, and pspy, and we can run pspy. Run. We need to find some suspicious process or processes. Yeah, now it's not there. Yeah, now as you can see, we find another new process. So maybe from the UID you can know this process is run or executed by the root user. And I think this is executed regularly by some sort of the cron job. Okay, so I can interrupt this tool. We need to navigate to this directory, and we have a permission to modify this file, and we can echo. But before we do that, maybe we can set up the listener another with a different port number, and then we can echo because netcat is on the target, is running on the target. So we can echo bin bash the port number to the trash old. And now we wait for this to be connected by the target to see whether we can get the root shell. I think we will not wait a long time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. I think this video have already been going along a long time. Okay, as you can see, we have already got another collection. The ID is root, belongs to this root user. We can navigate to root directory, and we can cat the root flag here without any problem. So that's all I'd like to go through this virtual machine. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.